zhong. Let's just type it through. You see, it's o'clock.
Oh, 钟 is o'clock.
Yes. So sometimes,
1点钟.
yes, 点钟 is o'clock. So sometimes if
Yeah.
you just go 1点, you see 1点, that's 1 o'clock.
Okay.
And we didn't use 点钟, we just used 点.
1点. Okay.
So that's 1 o'clock. If we add 点钟, it's still the same translation, 1 o'clock. So 点
Okay.
or 点钟, whichever works for you, is still the same. So we're saying, now that we know our numbers, we can use this same concept to say time from 1 o'clock to 12 o'clock, because those are the hours that we have in the day. 1点钟 all the way to 12点钟.
12点钟.
Yeah.
那个啥期慢点。
12.
12点钟.
Yes, like this. 12.
Oh, 12点钟.
Yes.
Okay.
You see the translation?
12点钟.
That's 12 o'clock, right? Okay. And then when we come to months, before we finish up on this one, let's also touch on months. The word for month is, what's the word for month?
Yue.
Yes, very good. So Yue, that's the word for month. And if you want to say, January,
Yue.
yes. So we start with the number.
Notanga ni number then month.
Yes, that's correct.
This also.
Yes. So Yue. That's January. Okay. So we use the same construction. The same construction all the way. And for February,
it's Yue.
Yes. So that's good. We say Yue. And you notice when we said 2 o'clock. When we say 2 o'clock, we said Liang. Dian.
Liang Dian.
Yes, we say Liang Dian. But in this instance, we are saying Yue. So sometimes we use Liang. There are some instances where you use Liang, and then some instances where you use Like when we're people, we will say, what do we say? Do we say Garen or Liang Garen? Two people.
2 people.
Yes.
And I with a guess week Liangaren.
Yes. That's the correct way. So if we say
Lianga.
Yes.
Saka patatanga nichi Liangaren. Tatanga ni number then van.
Yes. And then we also put a middle word. Ga.
Okay. Liangaren.
Yes.
Okay.
So there are times when you use Liang, and then there are times when you just go with But so continuing back to our months, we are saying we will continue with your. We are in November. So what's the month? Which month are we
in? November. It's Yue.
Yes, that's correct. You see. So next month is the last month, which is again Yue. So the number is 1 to 12. are all we need to tell time
Okay.
and to tell months.
Right.
So now let's go and say what we want to ask what time is it? Okay.
What?
So how do we say what time is it?
What time is it? It's 现在十点。
What's the word to ask how much, how many? What's that word? Okay, let me help you. It's simply G. G. Let me type it in Chinese so you see it. G. So if you say G, Dian, we're saying what time? Okay. So if we add 现在, what does 现在 mean?
It's 今天。
现在, what does 现在 mean?
Hey, 现在。现在 it's what?
现在
现在
that's now.
Oh, it's now.
Yes. So if you say I want to go to town and then I ask when do you want to go to town, you say 现在. That means you want to go now.
Oh, 现在 just now.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I want to eat. What time do you want to eat? 现在.
现在
That means you want to eat now. Okay. So now I want to ask you, you want to sleep, okay? What time do you want to sleep? So me say now.
Now it's 现在.
Yes. Okay. Let's say you are hungry and you want to eat now. So I'm gonna ask you, what time do you want to eat?
现在
Good. So 现在 is now. So now
now.
we want to combine the word for how many and how much, which is 几, right? And then the word for o'clock, if you remember, what did we say is the word for o'clock?
O'clock.
The word for o'clock, we said it's the same as a point.
DN.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
Right. So you see, if we add DN, and then we have our English translation, what time is it now? So that's it. If you want to ask somebody what time is it, you say now. How many o'clock? So 现在 now. 几点 what time? Or how many o'clock? We say 点 is point. 几 is a few or how many or how much. And then we have 现在 which is now. Combined together, we come up with 现在几
点 Okay, 现在几点 What time is it now?
Yes. So I'm going to ask you, what time is it? And you will tell me it's 4 o'clock. Okay?
It's 4 hours.
Yeah, it's already 4. It's also 4 o'clock here. So I'm going to ask you time, and then you tell me it's 4 o'clock. Okay?
It's 0、1、2、3、4。So it's 现在
Yes. So what's so I'm gonna ask you what time is it, and you tell me it's 4 o'clock. Okay? 现在几点？
现在是Dagwana.
You left out the o'clock part.
现在是几点？
Yes. All right. 现在
Yeah.
几点？现在
11点。
是点。
现在11点。Dagwana.
There you go. You see, 现在是4点。It's 4.
现在是4点。
Yeah.
All right.
It's 4 o'clock. Okay. I'm gonna ask you again, and this time it's 5 o'clock. Okay. 现在几点？
现在15点。
Ah, lovely. All right. I'm gonna ask you again, and this time it's 7 o'clock. Okay. 现在几点？
现在17点。
Wonderful. Now it's your turn. I want you to ask me what time is it, and I'll tell you it's 8 o'clock.
现在是几点？
现在是8点. Okay. So I want you to ask again.
现在是几点？
现在是9点. Okay. So
9点。
let's go. You see here we said 现在是几点? What time? What's the time now? Okay.
What is the time now?
So you see the difference.
现在是几点?
Yes.
What is the time now?
Yes. So there's a difference between this one and 现在. I want you to watch the slight difference. 现在. Okay. I'm having. What time is it now? Do you see? What time is it now? And this one, the first one, what's the time now? Do you see? If we add 是, we get what time? We get what's the time now? If we add this 是. If we remove the 是, we get what time is it now? So the meaning is still the same. Okay? The meaning is still the same, but it's just the other one is slightly longer. So you use whichever works for you. I'm gonna use some minutes for you. Let me just do the 3 ways together, and then you see. 现在几点? The first part. 现在是几点? That's the second one. 现在是几点?
现在是几点 ？OK，现在是几点钟？
Okay, so if you want to use pinyin, you can look at the bottom part here. We're saying 现在几点, it's what time is it now? Okay, that's the translation on the first line. And then the second line, 现在是几点, that's what's the time now. And then we also have 现在是几点钟, which is also what time is it now. So you can hear people ask all these ways. It's still the same thing. So you can pick whichever works for you.
Oh, 现在几点？现在是几点？现在是几点钟？
Yes. So 现在, that's now. 几,
Now.
it's how many or how much. And then
How many?
点, it's o'clock or a point.
Okay.
So we're saying 现在, how many points, how many o'clock. That's how we ask for time. And then we do the same. So it's actually something similar. When we want to ask which month are we in, how do you think we ask?
Which month?
Yes. If you want to ask which month are we in, we said, what's the word for month? What's the word for month? No, just the word for month.
Month. G-U-E.
Yes.
So month is G-U and it.
Month is Yue. Yes. So you see, the second one, what month is it? So 现在是几月. That's how we ask for what month is it. So we simply removed the o'clock and replaced it with the word for month.
For month, Yue.
Yes.
Yue.
So coming back to our sentences, you see months of the year. The last part here, 现在是几月. What month is it? Right? And then that's the same concept we use as well when we're asking for days. I sent you this one earlier, if you remember.
I remember.
And the way we ask is 星期几.
星期几.
Yes. 星期 is the word for
what day?
Yes. But the word 星期, the word 星期 on its own, 星期. That's week. That's a week, right? And a week has 7 days. So we're saying 星期, and then we go 几, which you said is the number for is the is the word for how many or how much. So 星期几 now
星期几
yes. So now if we say 今天是 今天 what does 今天 mean?
Today.
Today, yes. 今天 and then is 是星期几 then we have what day of the week is it? So the is it part, this one, that's the how many or how much, which is 几 this one, last part there. Okay. So 星期几 which day of the week? So that's how we ask. 今天是星期几 So I'm gonna ask you to tell me the days of the week starting from Monday through Sunday.
The days of the month of the week.
Yes.
Ndotanga.
Mm-hmm.
And start.
Let's go.
Xing qi
Mm-hmm.
xing
Mm-hmm.
xing qi san
Mm-hmm.
qi wu xing qi liu
Mm-hmm.
xing qi ri
Yes.
and xing qi xing qi ri lusandika.
Yes, very good. Very good. So now I want you to ask me what day of the week is it, and I will tell you it is Saturday.
What day of the week?
Mm-hmm. I want you to ask me.
Hey. What day of the week? 星期今天星期solo wakaoma ndikatona mira ndifunge.
Okay.
Mira, what day of the week?
Yes. What day of the week is it?
今天是星期几？
Yes. 今天是星期六. Okay.
Okay.
So what did I say?
What 今天星期六。
今天是星期六.
今天星期六。
今天是星期六.
今天星期六。
Okay. Mark the 是 the is part 是. 今天是
今天是星期六。
No. 今天是星期六.
今天星期六。
All right, let me show you.
Yakuna.
Let me show you from this side. Okay, we're here. So we're saying instead of sun, it's liu. Okay, so 今天是星期六。
今天星期六。
今天 let's read together. 今天
今天
是
是
星期六。
星期六。
Yes. So
今天是星期六。
yes. Today
今天是星期六。
today 今天 is
嗯哼。
是 Saturday 星期六。
哦，今天是星期六。
Very good.
Today 星期六。
Very good. Okay.
今天是saka tinotanga ne day tizvozoka then day totanga ne jinti shi is a shinchi or shinchi
Into week.
week. Day is week. What
And
is
then-
the day to
And then the number.
day? Then the number.
Yes.
Yeah. Yay. Yeah.
So and one last tip here is
Mm-hmm.
if you see what we're doing, we're saying 今天是星期几 right? And you said G is the part where we're asking how many or how much. So we are saying 今天 today 是 is 星期几 which day of the week. And then when we are answering, we simply remove the G and replace it with the number of the day.
Oh.
So if it's Monday,
Right.
we're adding E, which is 1, and then today is Monday. You see that? We removed the G, which was the part where we were asking the question, and now we replaced it with the number of the day that we want. If we say it's Saturday, we add Lil, and then it changes to today is Saturday.
今天星期六。
Yes. So the person who's asking uses G, 今天是星期几, and then the person who's answering uses the number, 今天是星期, for example, 五. Sorry, that I'm looking for is this one.
今天是星期五。 Okay.
Today is Friday, so that's how you respond to that. Now this is the part where I need you to do your homework. We did today, which is 今天. Now I want you to do tomorrow. Okay? What day is it tomorrow? You ask yourself, what day is it tomorrow? And then you tell us what day it is. Okay? And then after that, you tell us the day after tomorrow. You ask, what's the day after tomorrow? And then you tell us what's the day after tomorrow. You tell us yesterday. What was the day yesterday? You ask yourself the question. You read it in English. You read it in Chinese. You give us your answer in Chinese. You go ahead, you tell us about the day before yesterday. So you read your question in English, you read it in Chinese, and then you give your answer in Chinese again. So that's the part we want you to do. Tomorrow, yesterday but one, and tomorrow but one. Okay?
Saka ndinofana kuzoitumira here panhinga.
Munofana kundiisira paWhatsApp, ndinoda kuiona.
Saka wonditumira paWhatsApp then ndo
Ichi nacho kudhara ichi. Takakuisira paemail kaichi.
Ndinacho but ndinozokanganwa kuti ndepapi pandiri kuita.
Munokanganwa chii manje?
Ndiite papi nepapi.
Okay. Chakanzi time. Ichi chakanzi time. Ndo chamunongovhura. Mukangochivhura icho chichi. Muchaona we did today. This is the part we did. What day is it today? And then we answered. Now you are starting from here. You said line up. Tomorrow.
Mira nduverenge. 1. Ndiri kustata kubva pakanzi chii?
Pakanzi up. What day is it tomorrow? For number 4.
Number 4. All right.
1, 2.
Data number 4 ne number chii?
All the way kusvika pakanzi the day before yesterday.
All right. That's how much. Ndiri kubva panumber 4. Mira ndiverenge 1, 2, 3, 4. Saka ndiri kutanga pa4 handiti? 4, 5, 6, 7. Ndosvika pachii? Pakanzi?
The day before yesterday was.
Okay. 1, 2. The day before yesterday was.
Yes.
Nokuta.
Great.
Kutonyora ndomushonga.
Yeah. That's true. Okay, so I'm gonna close my screen.